Hi everyone. In today's video, I'm going to show you some of the garbage picking I've done in the area. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you some of the more profitable and interesting items that I got while out thrifting. I'm going to show you how much I paid for them and how much I sold them for. It's very interesting, so don't go anywhere. Well, it's about 7 o'clock in the morning. I just had my coffee, and I'm ready to go do a little trash picking in my neighborhood. Oh, I mean, curbside recycling. And maybe we'll find some interesting items. And if not, we'll still have some fun. So let's go. I had decided that this street was as good as any to start my recycling journey. So I just started heading down it. Then I saw that blue bin on the right side up there. And I need more bins for all the stuff I've been collecting lately, so I got out of the car to grab it. Well, I started walking over to get the bin, and then I realized I might as well go through the garbage while I'm here. This just had more garbage in it. This box had broken picture frames. I thought it might have had something. Then when I took the garbage bag out of this so I could get to the bin, I realized there was a whole bunch of stuff in it. I didn't know exactly what it was, but I wanted to definitely go through it when I got home. So I picked it up and put it in the car. I was pretty happy with this. That blue bin was such an interesting find that I wanted to go over it with you right now. Because you don't usually find that kind of stuff when you're out trash picking, curbside recycling. Well, the first thing I found in there was this 1941, it's called the Crimson. It's a yearbook, high school yearbook. It's pretty cool. It's in good shape. And by the way, these do sell online. You can get $15 to $20 for them. It's a pretty good find. The next thing I found that really excited me was this jewelry box. Whenever you see a jewelry box, you get excited. I opened it up. And actually, there was some jewelry in it. But it was all cheap, broken jewelry. There was, the costume jewelry. There was one earring, the others were missing, a broken brooch. So it was really, there was a cross. That was pretty nice. And there was nothing of value in there. But this should go for $10. It has a lot of age to it. It's made by a company called MELE. I guess it's Melee. So we'll see what I get for it. The next thing I found in here, which I thought was very interesting, was this photo. It's of Betty Davis, an old-time actress. I just thought it was cool. It's probably not worth any money. The frame is really old. It's probably from the 40s. So that was cool. The next thing I saw was this seagull. And it's just a decoration for your house. It's not worth much money, but it's pretty cool and it's nice looking. Another thing I saw in here was this little figurine. I looked it up. It's not worth much money either, maybe $7, $8, but found it for free. So it's pretty cool. Okay? And then the last thing I found of interest, there's more in here, but it's garbage, was this little calculator. It works, it's solar, and I get a few bucks for that. So all in all, it was a great little find for for just going out treasure hunting, curbside recycling. And let's continue because it's going to rain soon, so I want to finish up this trash hunting, curbside recycling. Let's get going. I continued to drive around the neighborhood. Actually, we're only about 10 blocks from my house at this point. But this street I wasn't finding that much. But then I saw these two items up on the left, so I slowed the car down to get a better look. When I got closer, they were two wicker baskets. So I wanted to get out of the car and see what condition they were in. So off I went. As I got closer, I realized these were in excellent condition, so they were definitely going home with me. So I picked them up and put them in the car, and they just became trash to treasures. So home they went. I drove around the neighborhood for at least another hour.
maybe a little bit longer. I was getting a little bit disappointed, but the good news was it didn't rain. The bad news was I didn't find anything else. So I just decided to head on home.
In today's bonus, I came up with a pretty unique idea, I think. What I'm going to do is show you videos from the past where I bought items cheaply and made a nice profit. Then after you see that video, I'm going to break back in and give you an update on each item. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So let's get started.
The first thing I saw on this shelf was this UF, University of Florida, picture frame, but it was missing the glass and it was just in pretty beat up condition, so I passed on it. Then I saw this potpourri hot pot. They don't go for that much money, and you see a lot of them at Goodwill, so I passed on that. Next I saw this stagecoach. It wasn't a toy. I knew that right away because it was so well made. It was signed and dated. It was only $4.99. I was going to put it in the tray and look it up.
So I figured I should do a little more research on it. Well, when I did, I found out that this is made by the Cortez family in Menifee, California. They make them exclusively for the Wells Fargo company. They only make 1,800 a year. There's different sizes. This, I believe, they're medium size. They're highly sought after, and they go for pretty good money. So I'm going to list this one on eBay for maybe $99 and see what I get. I can almost guarantee I'm going to get a lot more than that. Well, I hope that was helpful. Now back to the video. Okay, we're back. I did list that stagecoach for $99.95, but I wasn't getting any bids on it. So what I did is I made it buy it now, $99.95 or best offer. Well, it didn't take long, and I got an offer for $85 plus $15.95 shipping. So I gave it a little thought, and I ended up taking the offer. Plus the $15.95, it only cost me $7.95 to ship it, so I made a few bucks there too. So all in all, for a $4.99 investment, it turned out to be a really good deal. Okay, now on to the next item.
This house seemed like a pretty decent out. Right away I saw this toy. It was an old farm toy. The box was real old. I knew it had age to it, so I put it in the cart. I went back to the aisle and I found a John Deere old farm toy. It was $5.99, just like the Oliver, so I put it in the cart. Then I saw a third old toy. These are farm toys. It was a grain drill. I don't know exactly what that was, but I wanted to look it up. I went back, and a fourth toy. This was another John Deere. It was a plow. I put him in the cart, and I walked to a quiet part of the store so I could look up and see what these things were worth.
Wow, guys, these 4 tractors, I had to do an update on these. I got 2 John Deere, and I got 2 from this company, Oliver. Let's go do the Oliver ones first. The first one I found, I looked it up on eBay, is this Oliver grain drill. It was going for over $200. So I started it at $175, and I'm going to see what I get for it. The next Oliver was a manure spreader. And notice, as old as these are, look, that everything still works on them. It's just amazing the quality of the toys they made back then. This is going for around $250, so I listed it for $165 and unbid, and we'll see what we get for this also. The last 2 were John Deere's. The first John Deere was a toy plow. It wasn't as big as the rest, and it wasn't as valuable as the rest. So I listed this. I started the bid at $75 and hope to get $150 when I'm done. But it's still a great buy. I spent $5.99 for each one of these things. The last one, and it was in the best condition, was this John Deere hay baler. Yeah, I have to read because I don't know a lot about farm equipment. This is definitely in the best condition, and everything works just like the other ones. It should go for $250 to $300. So I started this at $175, and we'll see what we get for that. It was just a great day at thrifting, so I hope that was helpful. And if you go out, I hope you're as lucky as I was today. Back to the video. Well, guys, needless to say, those 4 tractors are one of the best buys I've found in a while. I ended up listing them on eBay for approximately what I said in the video. But then I also listed them on Facebook Marketplace. a guy called me up that night and offered me $400 for them. I ended up taking the offer. I kind of regret it a little now because I probably could have got around $600 for them when I was all said and done. But still, I paid $23.96 for them. I ended up getting 4 $100 bills the next day, so I was happy. Okay, now on to the last one. I was walking to another part of the store when I saw these boxes of all new stuff, so I wanted to know what was in them. The first one had this mini keyboard. It was $6.99, and it was brand new, so I took it. This was $6.99. It was a laser pointer and a presenter. A presenter is those things you use at meetings so you can control your computer remotely and not have to be stuck in one place. This was also a presenter. It was $6.99. I took that also. I went back to the aisle. There was another presenter for $6.99. Well, that went in the cart. And I found one last one, so I had 4 presenters and a mini keyboard. They all went home with me. The 4 presenters and the 1 mini keyboard sold for a total of $142. And I only paid $34.95 for the whole group of 5 items. So that ended up to be over $100 profit. Well, that's all for this video. We'll do this again in the future. So remember, stay safe and happy hunting. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to click the subscribe button. See you next time.